Okay, so Chris, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Chris Russo. I live in East Hampton. I had 18 years as East Hampton Town Highway Superintendent. Prior to that, I was a private contractor.
And what brought you to San Simeon by the Sound?
I had a major health problem in the fall, and my wife visits other East End nursing facilities taking dogs from ARF, and she decided I didn't want to go to any of those, and she chose San Simeon.
Did you ever hear about San Simeon before you came here?
Yes, I'd heard about it on the radio several times.
How long have you been here, Chris?
I've been here about 7 weeks.
And can you tell me a little bit about your experience here, about, just the whole place?
The experience here has been, if you have to be in a rehab facility, this is probably the place to be. The food is quite good. I had lost 60 pounds in 7 weeks at a West End hospital because the food was inedible. The staff here is pleasant and very caring. And the rehab crew, what they've done to me in 7 weeks is unbelievable.
So when you came here, when you came to San Simeon, what were your fears?
Said I was going to be here forever.
Okay, and at what point did you realize that wasn't going to be the case?
Probably 2 or 3 weeks into being here.
Can you tell me, was there a pivotal moment when you realized that, wow, I'm getting out of this place?
Just before Christmas, when I received my prosthesis.
Okay, and you want to tell me a little bit about what kind of prosthesis you have?
A lower leg. And I took to it like they say, a duck takes to water. Therapists say it's probably the best they've ever had here. My goal was to go home.
Did you have any other goals while you were here?
To be able to do pretty much what I did beforehand, to walk the dog, work in the yard, get on the boat, go fishing. I'm going to go clamming again. I just ordered a new rake, so I better do it.
So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, when you were working with your prosthesis the first time around, what were some of the things that you experienced with that?
I was amazed at how well I could do with it.
Did you do imaging or anything like that?
The first time I had it on, I walked the length of the building.
Isn't that amazing?
It was absolutely amazing. The second time I did it, the gentleman from the firm that supplied it said to the therapist, let him use a cane, not a walker. The therapist looked a little shocked, but she gave me a cane and I would ride down the length of the building with a cane.
So if you ever had to do rehabilitation again, would you come back?
I would come right back to San Simeon.
And I'm assuming, would you be comfortable recommending San Simeon?
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that you would change here at San Simeon?
I would have loved to have computer courses.
Okay.
Other than that, maybe a little where you kind of know your schedule. Sometimes my wife would come to visit me and I would come downstairs for therapy, and she'd made the long drive for basically no good reason. Other than that, there isn't a lot I would change. When
you go home, what's the first thing you think about doing?
Cooking.
And what do you cook that's so good that you can't wait to get to it?
I love to cook. Probably the first, we're going to stop at Broad's on the way home, buy some oysters. I'm going to make fried oysters.
That's great. That's great. Did you grow up in East Hampton?
No, I'm originally from Montclair, New Jersey. Moved here in 1968, full-time. Summers before.
What brought you here?
I liked the area. I thought it was a wonderful opportunity to start a business, which I did.
What was your original business?
It was called Hampton Landscaping. We were landscape contractors. We did design and installation, not maintenance, and we did a tremendous amount. The sideline became the tail that wagged the dog. We got into snow and ice and wound up with far more winter employees than summer during the landscape season, a huge fleet of trucks, and worked for the state, the county, and the town, as well as many of the commercial sites in East Hampton.
So that entered you right into a natural position?
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, I used that to step into the highway superintendent. The food here was, I'm a foodie, the food here was surprisingly good. Some of the homemade soups are absolutely spectacular. I complimented the girls in the kitchen that make it.
And what kind of soup was your favorite while you were here?
The gumbo.
Yeah.
That's something I will make shortly after I get home.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
It's pretty good.